بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Muhammad seems to me to represent, even with the traditions of the 5 times the prayer and all the things you got to, quote, do as a Muslim that are different from Jews, different from Christians. But in its essence, it seems to represent an Abrahamic faith that has some degree of purity that other forms and expressions of Judaism and Christianity lack. And that is, for example, Judaism in many, many ways, I don't know how you do a percentage on it, but has adopted a kind of Kabbalistic mysticism that is really closer to Gnosticism than, you know, a simple Hebrew Bible kind of reading of the ancient Israelite faith. It has, you know, spheres within spheres and reincarnation and immortal soul and the Kabbalistic tree of being and so forth. So that's very different from
Moses,
Prophet Muhammad. He does get a much clearer vision of what Moses and Jesus were all about at the heart of things than the developed religions of probably all 3, meaning Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, meaning it's a man, Abraham, walking in faith with the one God, walk before me, you know, leave your country, leave your land, on a mission to establish moral order in the world and to bring people back to God and so forth. That is, in that sense, and not adding anything to that God. The basic moral standards are just about identical.
Yeah.
In our political and radical situation today, it's hard for people to realize because they think of Islamic jihad and they think of, you know, Sharia law being imposed on people and we behead people and so forth. So some people won't like me saying this, but I think if you think about what are the core elements of the faith, a really strong view of the one God, that God has messengers and prophets that are sent through history, that the people of God are the Jewish people, which Muhammad said they're the chosen people. Their mission, which they failed in, according to Muhammad and the prophets, was to bring light to the nations. And now we've got this one last chance, and here's the light, and so forth. As you know, when you read the Quran itself, it doesn't come across like if all you had was a Quran, you wouldn't know it was a religion called Islam, really, because Islam just means to submit to God, right?
And it doesn't claim to be, as you say yourself, but it doesn't claim to be a new religion.
No, not
it claims to reaffirm the old-time religion of Abraham. So if it did have novelty, then it would undermine its own.
Abraham, Moses, the prophets, and Jesus.
Yeah.